I haven't done any preparation for this whatsoever, and everything is completely unscripted. So if I swear, I apologise, which I may do because I don't like object-oriented programming, and Java is the pinnacle of that. And I'm going to hold off telling you exactly what we're going to be building for a while, because I suspect that I'm going to have to install some kind of emulator to run this on. So when that's installing, it'll give me a chance to give you an overview of the app that we're actually going to be building. So I find that the best way to learn anything in computer programming is to just get stuck in. Now, I don't have a degree in computer science. I taught myself everything I know, and I did it all with Google. And I think that people need to know that you can learn to develop software on your own without any help from books even. You can do it all online. And hopefully you watching me make a fool of myself building this app, until we get to the point where it's actually usable, will prove that to you and inspire people to get stuck in and start writing code. So here we are. I've installed Android Studio. I have no idea what to expect from this. I think today probably the best thing that I can do is just get stuck in with this creating an Android project tutorial on the website and see what we butt up against. So let's get started. Okay, fairly self-explanatory. Let's call this Focus App. Phone and tablet, where, TV, Android. Now I think we're just going to stick with phone and tablet for this. I don't want to overcomplicate anything just yet. Okay, so what shall we go with? Let's have a look on here. Empty activity, okay. And add an activity to mobile screen. In configure activity screen, okay, let's just do that. Keep the default values and finish. Okay. Nice and quick there. Spoke too soon. I'm so used to writing code in C and just having to wait for compilation, which is usually quite quick. This is alien to me. I've got no idea what this machine is doing right now. Gradle. What the hell is a Gradle? That's doing a lot of work. Okay. Did you know you can get familiar with the main features of the IDE by reading these tips? Okay. Close for now. Right, so here we are. This is boilerplate code, I'm guessing. Gradle. I wonder what Gradle means. Lots of that word. It's everywhere. Okay, so we already have an error. Gradle Focus App refresh failed. Failed to find target with the hash string Android 26. Consult IDE log for more details. Okay. Let's try. This might be intentional, I don't know. Let's have a look. After some processing, Android Studio opens the IDE. Boom, there we go. Take a moment to review the most important files. First, be sure the project window is open. I'm guessing that's this part. App, Java, COM example. This is the main activity, the entry point for your app. When you build and run the app, the system launches an instance of this activity and loads its layout. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at now then, is it? Main activity.java, yep. Okay. So we've got an XML file as well that defines the layout for the activities UI. It contains a text view element. Let's have a look at that because it might... What was that? Activity main.xml, where's that? App res layout. Design editor is unavailable until a successful build. Oh, wow. Okay. Something tells me this is not meant to be happening. Okay. Let's see if we can open the app manifest. Let's see what that's about. Android manifest? Yep. The manifest file describes the fundamental characteristics of the app and defines each of its components. So we have allowed backup true, icon, label, round icon, theme. Does guys in the chat, does the text look too small for you? Do you want me to make it bigger? See how I would do that. Appearance. Font size 24. Let's make it say 28. Nothing changed. Editor. Colors and fonts. Okay, I'll make it a bit bigger. Font size 16. Apply. Okay. Is that better? Okay. Gradle scripts, build.gradle. You'll see two files with this name, one for the project and one for the app module. Each module has its own build.gradle file, but this project currently has just one module. You'll mostly work with the module's build.gradle file to configure how the Gradle tools compile and build your app. So Gradle must be some kind of build tool then. Okay. So hopefully this step here will allow us to fix this error, which I have had, as far as I'm aware, nothing to do with as of yet. So I'm not going to run it on a real device because I don't want you seeing what's on my phone. I'm going to run it on an emulator. So Android Studio clip that iModule. The project window, run. Where are you? Am I missing something? Where is the run button? Click the app module in the project window. That's not what I'm looking for, is it? Okay, let's build, run. Okay, edit configurations. This is where I was earlier. Press the plus button to create a new. Where is the plus button? Where's my plus button, Android Studio? Where are you? There. Idiot. So. Okay, why do I feel like I'm in the wrong place? Select deployment target window. Very sad about Dr. Hawking. Very sad. If I'm a bit slow reading the chat, it's because I'm currently banging my head against something that should be explained better. Select deployment target window. Where are you? Emulator. There's probably somebody in the chat right now who actually knows how to do this and is laughing at me. Do I need to add something? Select deployment target window. Where? That would have been too easy. Okay. Nope. I feel like this is a really bad thing. So, should I Google it or should I continue looking for this select deployment target thing? Run. Module, no module, deploy, launch, default activity, deployment target, open select target dialog. Okay, so alright, I think I understand this now. Use the same device for future launches. Apply, module not specified, no module. So what happens if I do run now? It's not there. Module not specified. Mr. Mayfield, I suspect that you are actually Googling this problem for me right now on your end. Is that the case? Related build tools. Okay. Android Development Studio. So I did this. We got an instant run. Not fast and feature rich emulator. Learn more. Yeah, command line tools. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really seeing any extra downloads on here. Do I need to create a module or something? Do I need to save it? Main activity. Okay, I feel like this would be a good time to just Google the problem. So this might be an issue. Failed to build target with hash string Android 26. Okay. Yeah, you one step ahead of me here, John. Android SDK sources for Android 2.7. So does that mean I need 2. So it looks like it's trying to do Android 26 and we're at level 27. Do I need to add this? Sources pertaining to an API level by default. Once installed Android Studio. Okay, let's try that. I always recommend reading license agreements before you do what I've just done. Okay, so it looks like this might take some time. So let's talk about the app that we're actually going to build. We are going to be building a kind of day-to-day focus tracker. So something that I desperately need in my life is an app that I can use to better organize my goals, if you like. So for a very basic minimum viable product, we're going to have an app where you can add goals to it, and then you can add tasks to those goals, and you'll be able to then allot certain time slots throughout your day to those tasks, and it will log how many hours you've put into reaching your goal. And that's like the first minimum viable product, the first thing that I'd like to get done on stream. Oh, here we are. I feel nervous. Try again. Okay, new error. Failed to build tools revision 26.0.2. Okay, let's do that. So back to the same error. Build. So far, first impressions of this software. Not great. It's not NeoVim. "27 seconds to sync the Gradle." Gradle is running. Proceed with project closing. Yes. I want to say yes. Okay, we've finished. Gradle build has finished, so can we run it now? Select deployment target. Look at that, guys. Progress. Okay, create new virtual device. And since I own a Pixel 2, we will do Pixel 2. Cool. Next. So, API level P. I recommend these images because they run the fastest and support Google's APIs. A system image must be selected to continue. So, what do we go with? Do we go with P? Do we go with Oreo? Which version of Android am I running currently? Let's go with Oreo, I think. Yeah, let's do that. That seems to make sense to me. More license agreements. Okay, I feel like this could take like a really long time. Yeah, so going back to what we're going to build, let's move over to my notes. This is a good text editor. It's called NeoVim, and I use it for everything normally. So focus app. So we are going to build an app where you can track progress on goals. Goals are long-term things like, I don't know, speak Japanese fluently, or learn Java, or something else I'd want to be an expert in. Let's have a think. Doesn't say a lot about my character, does it? Let's stick with those two. So within those goals we will have individual tasks. So tasks could be anything like learn 100 verbs or something, but yeah, learn 100 verbs, or Java related we could do actually get a hello world app running in an Android emulator. That'll be our task for today. Okay, so then it's going to be sort of typical calendar view, so we need a calendar view, and what I'd like to do is have it so that I can allot time slots into the calendar that's 2 tasks. So there's a couple of things I'd really like this to do. One is something like inbuilt, is it Pomodorino timing. So there's this thing called Pomodorino that I did like 10 years ago or something now, and it works really well for me, which is your brain can only really focus hard for like 15 minutes at a time, or so they say. So what you do is every 15 minutes take a 1-minute break or a 2-minute break, even if it's just to look out the window and just switch off from what you're doing for just a second. Not get distracted with YouTube or Facebook or whatever, but just take a short break. It worked really well for me, and I'd like the app to kind of give me a nudge every time I need to take a break. The other things that I'd like it to have are obviously alerts. I'd love, like super long term, if we could get some kind of Alexa integration. That'd be a really cool thing to explore and play with on stream, but we're a long way away from that. So just for like minimum viable product, just for the things that we want to get done like in the short term, I think this little workflow that we've got here, that's what I'd like to get done. Let's see how we're getting on with this. Oh, look at that, we're done. So finish. Next, AVD name pixel 2 API 26. Portrait or landscape? Portrait, definitely. Emulated performance graphics. Ew. I want to do hardware, but device frame. I have no idea what a device frame is. Enable a frame around the Android emulator window that mimics the look of a real Android device. That's cool, right? Click on Show Advanced Settings for more options. We're going to have a frame on it because I like flashy stuff, so let's do that. Ah, thank you, John. Pomodoro. I'm misselling someone's baby. Yeah, Pomodoro method. Available virtual devices. Do we have sound? Oh, hey. Alright, so I have no idea what happened there. I think possibly when I opened the emulator it hijacked the audio interface or something. No idea why it didn't kick off the webcams as well. I don't know. Let's proceed, and if the sound goes off again next time I try and run the thing, we'll know that that's the problem and I can Google it and it won't be as embarrassing on the next stream. So, layouts are invisible containers that control how its child views are positioned on the screen. Would you? Okay, so that's fairly standard. View group. Okay. Android provides an XML vocabulary for view group and view classes, so most of your UI is defined in XML files. However, instead of teaching you to write some XML, this lesson shows you how to create a layout using Android Studio's layout editor, which makes it easier to build a layout by drag and dropping views. Everyone love drag and drop interfaces, right? So this lesson expects that you are using Android Studio 3, blah, 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 blah. Open the layout editor. So I feel like we're going to spend another 5 minutes now figuring out how to open it. Okay, so in Android Studio, open activity main.xml. I feel like it's in res. Project. Focus app. App. App res layout. Okay, either I am losing it or it's just not there. Maybe this is it. Boom. Nice, okay. So that's probably really small for you guys. But we have widgets. Okay, toggle button, checkbox, radio button, standard stuff, spinner. Progress bar, seek bar, quick contact badge, rating bar, switch, and space. We've got text. What's this Nexus 4? We want that on Pixel 2, don't we? No? AVD Pixel 2? Yeah, it's better. Okay. Plain text, password, email, phone, postal address, multi-line text, layouts, grid layout, frame layout, linear layout, relative layout, containers. Thank you for the follow, DBSJRO. You'll have to tell me what that all stands for as long as it's family friendly. Radio group, list view, images, text clock, transitions. I like transitions. Keyboard cam there. Advanced surface view, number picker, view stub, Google, add view, map view. Of course, Google make it really easy for you to put your add view in your app. It's very important. Okay, so it's pretty interesting. So, click show, click select design surface and select blueprint. you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put these side by side so that we can actually read it. I'm going to make that smaller. Nice, okay. Click show in the layout editor to automate show constraints as chair. Where? There. Show constraints, yep. Make sure auto connect is off. The tooltip and the toolbar should turn on auto connect because it's now off. Okay, it's off. How many different versions of this software did they ship with all this stuff not in its default state? Click default margins 8 in the toolbar and select 16. There, 16. Don't see any change. Click device in editor. Okay, we've already done that. We've preempted it. Your editor should now look like this. Yes, indeed it does. For additional information, see the introduction to the layout editor. The component tree window in the bottom left shows the layout's hierarchy of views. In this case, the root view is the constraint layout using just one. Well, where? This? Yep. Okay, so this is like a tree view of all the different views in the interface. Constraint layout is a layout that defines the position for each view based on the constraints to sibling views and the parent layout. In this way, you can create both simple and complex layouts with a flat view hierarchy. That is, it avoids the need for nested layouts, a layout inside a layout, which can increase the time required to draw the UI. Illustration of two views positioned inside constraint layout. Okay. I'm not really sure what this is telling me, to be honest. I'm by no means a genius and this is all very new to me, so yeah, I'm sure it'll become apparent as we start using it. For example, you can declare the following layout in figure 4. View A appears 16 dp from the top of the parent layout. View A appears 16, view B is aligned to the top of A. Build the layout segment. So, add a text box. This text box is constrained to the top and left of the parent layout. First, you need to remove what's already in the layout. So, click the text view in the component tree and press delete. Bye bye, hello world. Bye bye, world. Bye bye, cruel world. You're dead. First, you need to remove that. In the palette, click text and show the available text controls. There. Drag plain text into the design editor and drop it near the top of the layout. Hey, snappy. I feel like I want to go central with this. I'm really big on centering things. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, baby. We're in. Okay. Click the view. This is an edit text widget that accepts plain text input. Nice. Click the view in the design editor. You can now see the resizing handles on each corner, indeed. And the constraint anchors on each side, the circles. For better control, you might want to zoom in on the editor using the buttons in the layout editor toolbar. Wait, let me do it. Dun dun dun. Perfect. Click and hold the anchor on the top side and drag it up until it snaps to the top of the layout and release. By anchor, does it mean constraint anchors? So it's calling the constraint anchors. So I think what it wants me to do is this here, drag that up to there, That's a constraint. It specifies the view should be 16 dp from the top of the layout because you set the default margins to 16 dp. Okay. Similarly, create a constraint from the left side of the view to the left side of the layout. So we do that, do we? Okay, I guess center's out the window, guys. We're being overruled. Let's do that then. The result should look like the screenshot in figure 5. Indeed. Add a button. Button is constrained to the right side of the text box and is baseline. So in the palette, click widgets. How are we doing for time? 20 minutes left. Okay. So drag button into the design editor. Button. Hello, button. Create a constraint from the left side of the button to the right side of the text box. There we go. Is that straight? Doesn't seem to line up, guys. I want to move it. Look at that, we're 2 pixels off. Not happy. To constrain the views in a horizontal alignment, you need to create a constraint between the text baselines. So click the button and then click Edit Baseline, which appears in the design editor directly below the view. There. The baseline anchor appears inside the button. Click and hold this anchor and then drag it to the baseline anchor that appears in the text box. Ooh. It's flashing. Okay, did that work? I feel like that worked. Did it? There? Is that right? Yeah. The result should look like figure 6. There we go, nice wavy line. Note you can also create a horizontal alignment using the top or bottom edges, but the bottom includes padding around its image, so the visual alignment is wrong. If you align these views that way, okay. Change the UI strings. To preview the UI, click Select Design Surface in the toolbar and select Design. There. Pretty. Notice the text input is pre-filled with name and the button is labeled button, so now you'll change these strings. In the project window, open app.res value strings.xml. Okay, so it looks like it's keeping all strings of text for this app in an XML file, which is pretty smart because it makes it a lot easier to do multilingual. So fairly standard thing to do now, but I will praise that. Res values strings.xml. There we go. It allows you to manage your, yeah, in a single location, which localized, blah blah blah. Click Open Editor at the top of the editor window. Nice. Okay, so where are we? Open Editor. Okay. App name, focus app, yep. A new string as the hint text for the text box. Enter edit underscore message for the name. Or key, I'm guessing. Default value. Enter a message. Resources folder app, SRC random, okay. Sure. Button send with the value of send, okay. Let's capitalize call, don't be lazy. Now you can set these strings for each view. So return to the layout file by clicking activity main XML in the tab bar. We really need to remember where these things are. So it was res. It's right there. Fool. Okay. click the text box in the layout, and if the attributes window isn't already visible, here is the attributes box. And we can disregard the rest of that sentence. Locate the text property, currently set to name. There. Do we click here? Can I preempt this? No, that is not what I expected to see. Or is it? Yes, it is. Yes, look, enter a message. Yeah, cool. Okay, there we go. Boom. And I'm guessing we do the same thing with button. Yeah. There. Button. Okay. Right. Cool. So now, if I change, let's test it. Let's go a bit street. Can I go street on this? Enter. The ting. There we go. Not bad, Android Studio, not bad. Enter a message. Nice. Okay. 13 minutes left. Let's try and get through the rest of this. Make the text box size flexible. To create a layout that's responsive to different screen sizes, you'll now make the text box stretch to fill all the remaining horizontal space after accounting for the button and margins. So I'm guessing this is what all the constraint concepts about. Before you continue, click show and go back to blueprint. Okay. I feel like it should show us the figures after each thing. Okay. Select both views. Click one, hold shift and click the other. Then right click either view and select chain, create horizontal chain. Ooh. There's a chain. Look at that right there. A chain. And now we have something interesting going on here as well. Very smart. Chain is a bidirectional constraint between two or more views that allows you to lay out the chained views in unison. Select the button and open the attributes window using the view inspector at the top of the attributes window. I click in there. Yeah. Set the right margin to 16. There. This? Is this the right margin? Yes. Okay. 16. Now select the text box to view its attributes. Click the width indicator twice. Wow. Too much coffee today. So that it is set to match constraints. The width indicator. What is the width indicator? Is this the width indicator? Is this? Should I just click this twice and just go, no? Is this, what is this? Can anybody see the width indicator? This? Is this it? Yeah, that's it. Match constraints. Okay. Match constraints means that the width expands to meet the definition of the horizontal constraints and margins. Therefore, the text box stretches to fill the horizontal space after accounting for the buttons and the margins. Now the layout is done and should appear as shown in figure 10. Looks fairly similar to me. Okay. If it seems your layout did not turn out as expected, click below to see what your XML should look like. Okay, I'm not going to do that because it looks fine. For more information about chains and other things, read build a responsive UI with constraint layout. Run the app if your app is already installed on the device. Apply changes in the toolbar to update the app with the new layout. In the toolbar. Hello, where is that button? Should we just build? Should we try and build it? To update the app with the new layout, I'll click run to install and run the app. Right, so I'm just going to check OBS while I do this because I suspect that the microphone is going to go off again. So if we lose sound, at least I'll know that I can unplug the microphone and plug it back in and we'll get sound back, but we may lose it again. Okay, here we go. Sound still seems to be on for now. Okay. Okay, and it looks like we've still got sound. Yeah, still got sound. Okay, so I can now interact with this. I can enter a message which I like to send today. Like the message for the day, I think, is don't expect IDEs, development environments such as Android Studio, to work out of the box. Send that to your friends. Yep. And maybe even throw in the most sarcastic emoji I can find. Let's have a look. Or maybe I'll go for that really cool grin one. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the one right there. That's the message that we're going to send out today. Close the app. Where is the app? Where are you? Where's my app? Where's Focus? How the hell did I do that? Focus app, there. Cool. Alright, so end of day one. Pretty happy with that. We have done something. We have created an app. It does barely anything, but it's there, and we have an emulator running, and we didn't even have to write a single line of code to do that. Not one. I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing at this point, but I think for the first hour that went pretty well. Quite happy with that. I am recording this, so I'm going to put it on YouTube probably, and there'll be like a YouTube video series. I'd like to do 3 streams a week, but I'm not sure whether I'll be able to do it. But I think you can expect at least 2. And yeah, is there any questions from you guys? I'd like to do like 5 minutes of like quick Q&A at the end. I think I've got one here. How can someone work with this mouse pad? I always find it so uncomfortable, or is it just me? Yeah, I just got used to it. I know, I kind of prefer it now. It's got like the gestures and stuff. It's okay, yeah. No more questions? Did I enjoy it? Yeah, I quite enjoyed that. Yeah. It's a bit apprehensive at first, having never even touched this thing, but you know, I think the main thing I want to get across in this whole video series is that the best way to do things and to learn to do things is to just dive in. Just jump in, get your hands dirty, and start using it. And if you get errors, or you screw up, or your code doesn't work, you just Google the hell out of it until you find somebody that actually has had the same problem and tells you how to fix it, or you know, just get it done. Like you don't have to be a genius to do this stuff. I'm not a genius at all. What do I see the next steps being? Okay, so next stream we'll probably continue on with this this tutorial series just to get an idea, because I feel like there's a lot of concepts, and I'm getting concepts that are like buzzwords and jargon and very kind of Android API specific that I haven't got a clue about. Still don't really understand what the word, where is it? Gradle. I don't know what Gradle is, and that's bothering me. So we'll work a little bit more through the through this guide, and we'll try and get to the end of it. And it looks as if we're going to be writing some code next time, which will be nice. Yeah, and we'll continue on until we feel comfortable starting building some of the functionality that we actually want to see in the final app. Nothing else? No? We could have like 3 minutes of me singing, maybe. Or dancing. Okay. Yeah, one thing I want to point out is that, yeah, I am doing the development here on Mac. This may be I don't know, a couple of people seem to think this is a strange choice, but, you know, we're just going to do it anyway. And usually I work on Linux day to day, so this machine I've set up specifically to do this. And the text editor I'm using over here is NeoVim. That's NeoVim. This is such a powerful text editor, and like it's my main workhorse for everything I do. I don't usually use IDEs like this at all, and I definitely don't use drag and drop interface builders. So you know, if you are looking to get into programming and you want to start out doing, say, JavaScript or C, or, you know, something that's less heavy than Java, I would recommend learning to use a text editor like NeoVim, because it just makes everything so easy. I mean, you don't even have to touch the mouse. You know, everything's done using the keyboard, and you can. I'll tell you what I will do. I think I'll put some streams aside so that I can go through NeoVim and show you what my setup is with it, and maybe we might even end up using NeoVim as our main editor, and then just kind of running things in Android Studio, because I know I'm just going to be banging my head against having to use the mouse and the up and down arrows, which are very fiddly on this thing. But yeah, if anyone wants to check that out, is there neovim.io. And YouTube wise, I do have a YouTube channel, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to put this series on it yet, so I'll probably do a shout in the next stream with where I'm putting the videos, and hopefully this one will be uploaded at some point this week if you missed any of it. Alright guys, that's the hour up. Thank you for joining me. I didn't expect to get so many viewers with it being the first one. I hope you found it enjoyable, and see you next time.